Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Jennifer Lewis and I'm a first grade educator at Dozier Elementary School. My question is to you today, how important is cursive writing? Yes, cursive writing is very important, but today we're going to do an engaging learning activity on how to write uppercase letters in cursive. But before we do that, we're going to get started on looking at the cursive letters. We have straight lines, we have curved lines, and we also have diagonal lines. We're also going to look at the best practices for engaging your child or engaging students into writing cursive. We're also going to do 2 engaging activities on how to make sure that cursive writing is engaging and fun for you at home. So let's get started. So we have cursive letters in uppercase. We have straight lines, we have curved lines, and we have diagonal lines. Now today we're going to look at 6 letters, okay? 6 uppercase letters. But when you're writing uppercase cursive, it goes in a progression. You're going to always start with your straight lines. And I didn't use all of the straight lines in the alphabet. I just picked out 3. And when you look at letters with uppercase that have a straight lines, you see that letter I. I has a straight line. H. And then the letter T. So we're going to look at straight lines, the letter I, H, and T. We're also going to look at curved lines, A and D, and diagonal lines, M. Okay? So let's get started. We're going to look at straight lines, and we're going to look at the uppercase letter I, okay? I'm going to model it first. You're going to do it with me, and then you're going to also do it independently on your own. So first, I'm going to model it for you. The uppercase letter I. You're going to start in the middle of the dotted line, curve, loop, okay? Start in the middle, dotted line, curve, loop. Start in the middle line, dotted line, curve, loop, okay? Now make sure when you're doing uppercase letters, you have a space between each letter, but when you start an uppercase letter, you're going to make sure that you start with the I, you're going to start in the middle, okay? But technically, most uppercase letters, you're going to start at the top of the line and you're going to come down to the last, to the third line, okay? So we're going to do this together. Uppercase I, you're going to start at the dotted line, loop, down, dotted line, loop, down, dotted line, loop, down. Now you try it at home. Awesome. Now we're going to move on to the capital or the uppercase letter H. With the uppercase letter H, you're going to start at the top. You're going to make a loop, loop, come in the middle, hook, loop, middle, down, down, middle, okay? Now you're going to try it at home with me. Loop, down, curve. Loop, down, curve. Loop, down, curve. Now you try it at home and make sure you're going to start at the top. You're going to have a loop, you're going to come down, loop down, and then you're going to have a curve. Okay, perfect. All right, our next uppercase letter is a T. Okay, so with the T, you're going to start with the loop, straight, curve, hook. Loop, straight, curve, hook. Loop, straight, curve, hook. Okay, now we're going to try this together. Loop, straight, curve, hook. Loop, straight, curve, hook. Loop, straight, curve, hook. Okay? Now you try it at home. Outstanding. So let's move on to the curved lines. We just did right here. These are called straight lines. Okay? These three letters are called straight lines. Okay? Now let's move on. Let's progress and look at the curved lines. Now I just only looked at two letters that have the curve in the line. And the two letters are A and D. Okay? So first let's look at the letter, uppercase letter A. You're going to start here at the top, come down, loop. And look at how the A is kind of slanted. So make sure that the A is kind of slanted. So you're going to start at the top, curve, hook. Again, top, curve, hook. Now we're going to try this together. Start at the top, curve, hook. Top, curve, hook. Top, curve, hook. Now you try it at home. Moving on to the letter D. Now again, we've moved from straight line, we're looking at the curved line, uppercase letters. Now with the uppercase D, you're going to start at the top, you're going to go down, loop, curve, another loop. Start at the top, down, curve, loop. Again, start at the top, down, curve, loop. Now let's do this together. Start at the top, down, loop, curve, loop. Start at the top, down, curve, loop. Down, loop, curve, loop. Now you try it at home. Awesome. Now let's move to our last curved line letter. We all have A and we have D. So those are our only two curved line uppercase letters for today. So these are called curved lines. Okay? Now moving on to our last line, and it's called the diagonal line. And the diagonal line, we're going to look at the letter, uppercase letter M. With the uppercase letter M, you're going to start at the middle. You're going to come down, start in the dotted line, loop, 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 curve. Start at the dotted line, loop, 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 curve. Okay, you try it with me. Start at the dotted line, loop, 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 curve. Dotted line, loop, 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 curve. Again. Loop, 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 curve. Now you try it at home. Stupendous. Now we have looked at straight lines, curved lines, and the last one is the diagonal line. Okay, so we have looked at 6 uppercase letters today, which is straight lines. We did 3, which is the capital letter I, uppercase H, uppercase T. Curved lines, we looked at uppercase A, uppercase D. Diagonal lines, we looked at the uppercase M. Now that we have engaged on how to write uppercase letters, let's look at what the research says. And according to Scholastic Parent Letters, it's 3 reasons as to why you need to have kids engaged in cursive writing. The first is because with cursive writing, it helps you with forming your letters, okay? And when you form your letters, it makes good with practice. So anytime with cursive writing, form your letters and you have to keep practicing it. And with the forming, with the second thing it comes with, you'll become a better writer, okay? So when you form your letters, when you write it out, those are 2 most important things on how to make sure that you're engaging in cursive writing. And last but not least is that you're going to make sure that you're going to be an overall great writer. So the best practices, according to Scholastic, is that you're going to make sure that you form your letters, you become a great writer, and last but not least is that you're going to make sure that with forming your letters and become the great writers, that's how you engage and make sure that you are doing your very best into making sure that you have cursive writing down to a T. But it comes with practice, practice, practice. So now moving on to our 2 activities. So when you're writing cursive uppercase letters, you don't want to just write all the time. How am I going to get engaged? What are 2 good activities I can do at home or when you go back to school? What are 2 activities that will keep me engaged? So the first thing that you can do is that kids love slime. Okay, so with slime, what you can do is that we're going to just take 1 letter from out of each line. We're going to create 1 letter out of the straight line, curved line, and the diagonal line, okay? So let's look at the uppercase letter I, okay? And it's very fun, and you also using your hands to make it, and it's very fun and engaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the uppercase letter I engaging in using slime. So what you're going to do, and it doesn't matter how it looks, the point of it is that you understand the techniques of how to draw or how to make the uppercase letter I. So what you're going to do is that you're going to have a pan, and you're going to make sure you have some slime. Those are the materials that you need. And you're going to just make the uppercase letter I on the pan. And as you can see, it's not the prettiest and it's not the very best. But I understood that when I did it with my teacher, I did it together and then we did it independently. Now I can go to my seat and do an engaging activities to where I'm using my hands, and I also have slime to engage me into making sure that I'm writing the uppercase letter or utilizing the uppercase letter in a engaging way. Okay, so that's the uppercase letter I. So let's look at curved line. We're going to look at the uppercase letter A. Okay? And with the uppercase letter A, you're going to make sure that you uppercase letter A. So again, you are saying it to yourself and also you're doing it with slime with your hands. So the uppercase letter A. Next, we will look at uppercase letter M. And again, it's fun, engaging, and you also playing with slime. You're utilizing your hands to make the uppercase M. All right, so let's move on to another engaging activity, and you can also use salt. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to have your pan and you're going to have a bag of salt. Those are your materials, and you're going to put the salt in the middle. Okay? And what you're going to do is that you're going to utilize your finger, is that we're going to make the uppercase letter I with the salt, but make sure you pat it down so you'll be able to see the letter on the pan. So with the uppercase letter I, you're going to start in the middle, going to go around, loop. Okay? With the uppercase letter I. Okay? Let's try it again. So I don't think that my salt was thin enough. Okay? The uppercase letter I. Okay? You're going to loop. Okay? And that's another way where you're using your hands. Also, you're using salt to make the uppercase letter I. Okay? And make sure that you don't have the salt everywhere. Just make sure that you place it back and pat it back down softly so it won't be so high. The next letter would be the uppercase letter A. You're going to start at the top, come down, make a loop. Okay. Let's try it again. And again, if it's not right, you just try it as many times as you can, but it's called practicing. Just make sure that your salt is thin enough. Okay? Again, uppercase letter A, start at the top. Perfect. Okay. And last but not least is the uppercase letter M. Make sure, again, that your sand is thin enough so that you can see the letter in your pan. Okay? Down, loop, loop. Let's try it again. Down, loop, loop. Okay? Never give up. If you have to write it 10 times, write it 10 times. Continue to keep practicing, and also practice, practice, practice. I hope you enjoy. And thank you, boys and girls, for listening, watching, and working with Dr. Lewis on how to engage you in cursive handwriting.